Greetings and salutations, collective. Got a quick cosmic cookie coming up on the subject of money for whoever clicked on this video. So, just leave it open like that. That's the question I was cleared by the sage. I'll try not to go too in depth for this one. I will do a longer one later, I think, because I think the subject of money has got a lot of people interested right now. But this is just the quick take, a general reading for whoever clicked on this video. Some of the people watching this channel struggle to eat every day, and others by country. So I don't know how the sage is going to work with that, but we'll just let it go. See what the sage has to say, because the sage knows who's going to click on the video. For the highest good of all and the highest good of the person who clicked on this video, what do we need to know about money for the sage? All right, we've got 3 tails, so that's a moving yin. Hope you're all well, collective. 3 heads, so that's a moving yang. Dear sage, what does the person who clicked on this video need to know about money? That's 2 heads and a tail, so that's a yin. What do they need to know about money? Okay, that's 2 heads and a... Sorry, 2 tails and a head. That's a yang line. Okay, that's 3 tails, so that's a yin line. Oh, this is looking interesting. Okay, and that's a yang line. So you've got what's it called? It's the hexagram 64. What's it called? After the end, or before the end. I think it's before the end. Wow. And it changes into, when the lines change, it changes into, let's see, the unexpected. Wow, that's interesting. So something very potent is happening here. Like, I thought I'd do this reading because I'm already aware that there's this ratcheting up thing that's going on with debts between countries, and the whole system looks pretty unstable right now on a 3D level. It's being deliberately destabilized. So this feels appropriate. I'll hold it up for you. So that's your first hexagram there, 64, which is before the end, which is the last hexagram in the book. And that's 25, the unexpected, which is actually one of my favourite hexagrams. Right. Okay, so, wow. What is... I'm going to need some help with this. Before the end. Sorry, before the end. So it's like the last days before something changes. I'm not going to read all of that. That's too much. I'll just read you the moving line. It's like, it's basically the end of a cycle. But there's something that happens at the end of a cycle where you pull back a little bit. It's like, I'll just use the image of leaving a place. Say if you were leaving a place, you might go and spend one last week there while you tidy up the thing and enjoy it or something like that. It's like before you end something, you sort of go over old ground a little bit, just a little bit, before you cycle over into the new thing. haven't got a traditional interpretation with me at the moment, but it talks about foxes, I think. About the fox not getting his tail wet in the water as he's crossing the river. Yeah. I've got this interpretation too, which is a Christian one. Take us the foxes, the little foxes that spoil the vines. You must not permit fear, worry, or doubt, which is represented by foxes, to burrow into or hide or even gain entrance into your mind. Because if you entertain these forces, they will spoil the vines, the good things of life. Fear, worry, and doubt set up obstacles, difficulties, and failures in your life. Begin to listen to the truth and affirm boldly, God is God. God is my guide and my counselor. I have no fear, for God is with me. God is the only presence and the only power. I am now moving forward in divine order at the right time in the right way. I am at peace. When you're at peace, your confidence is restored. You can then move forward. To begin with fear is to end with failure. To begin with faith is to end in success. Oh, there's something there too about beginnings and endings, about the way that you begin something has a connection to the way that it's ended. Like in a lot of things, they end the same way that they begin. Okay, I'm just going to read the other one. So you've got moving line 1, which is, there's a strong urge to end a chaotic situation, yet it is not the time for clear-headed action. You do not clearly see all the implications and consequences of your actions. Any actions now will bring you problems and perhaps disgrace. So, right, there's some kind of holding back thing. But there's a timeline in this reading. So that's the beginning of the timeline. You get 2 items here at the beginning of the timeline, and then the story changes here later on. So it begins with some kind of holding back. Like, I guess that's, you need to assess the situation with a sober eye. Like, take a second look at it. Because then the second line says, even though you may know what must be done, the time is not right for action. Exercise patience and develop strength. If you maintain an inner determination to proceed when the opportunity presents itself, you will be successful. Do not allow this delay to turn you away from your goal. Right. So it does feel like things are about to flip over into the next thing, but not quite yet. Like it's like holding back and assessing the situation very carefully before you make your move. It's like a double check. Or there seems to be some timing element here in the sense that it is almost the right time to take an action that's somehow related to your money. And then you get the 5th line. So that happens first. Maybe something that you're going to pull back and reassess the situation. It's going to give you that clarity to hit your mark a bit better or to make the right move. It's possible something you thought may have needed to be done doesn't need to be done, that if you pull back, the situation will resolve itself, because the 5th line says, honest determination and correct principles have banished difficulties and created the stimulating environment of an advanced society. Well, that's not what it looks like to appearances right now. If you just look at appearances and you look at the world, it doesn't look like that. But this is actually really encouraging. So I just got the phrase darkest before the dawn. Yeah, maybe it's sort of saying things might not be as bad as you think. I think this applies obviously to people who are acting in the highest good, because that's who the sage is appealing to the best part of you, whoever you are. So the good result comes with correct principles. So yes, actually I got to I'm I'm just getting told to sort of like flip that, in that those who remain in the correct principles will banish the difficulties and create a stimulating environment for an advanced society. A superior personality can now rally others around him and lead them into a bright new era. Great things can be attained. Right. I am going to read those moving lines from the other book. Before I do that, I will read this from this other book about this is the attitude that's going to get you through. In all ways acknowledge him, and he shall direct thy paths. Proverbs 3:6. Before any journey or undertaking, be it what may, always begin with God and assert feelingly and knowingly, God is an ever-present help. God is my guide and my strength, and God brings all good things to pass in my life in divine order through divine love. Always go back to the center of your being where God dwells and listen to the voice of the divine, and you will be inspired and succeed in harmonizing in all things. You will bring to pass your heart's desire. I think that's the pullback bit. It's like pulling back to listen to the guidance of God as you understand God. Yes, I'm getting that there's a divine guidance, like this, like you may have it's sort of indicating that you feel a strong need to act straight away, but it's actually saying just hold back a minute. There's some guidance from God to come through, which is going to order your steps or your timing or help you see something that you didn't see before. And then when you proceed with the correct principles, you're going to be successful. But then the next hexagram is pretty interesting. So we'll get to that in a minute. So 9... So 6 at the bottom, behold, now is the accepted time. Behold, now is the day of salvation. 11th Corinthians 6:2. Salvation is the solution to the problem, and it is available now. Right, so your solutions are available even if it looks like you're having trouble. Like, God's got the answer for you. You have to tune in, though. Salvation is the solution to your problem and is available now. For in the mind principle, there is no time or space. Right. Maybe we could go to the future bank or draw on past checks. No, I think that I'm getting it's an alignment thing. Time and space belong to this objective world you live in. Now is the accepted time for you to get your mind at peace, because when you are disturbed or in a confused state of mind, whatever you do would be wrong. The beginning is and the end are the same. And if your mind is in disarray or chaotic now, it's the wrong time to advance. Read the 23rd Psalm and believe what it says. Get your mind in order and wait until you're at peace before you act. When you begin with faith and confidence, your path in its end in its success. Get your mind in order now. Right, so that's definitely confirming that it's about acting from that peaceful, clear place and trusting in divine timing. And then the second line basically says the same kind of thing in different words. Be patient. Go forward with the idea foremost in your mind. Be persistent, knowing that all seeds come forth after their kind. Don't try to hurry the God power. Your attitude of mind will bring success and prosperity to you. So whoever clicked on this video, as drastic as things may appear out there, it's all going to be fine for you so long as you can be patient and tune into those God-inspired ideas that come to you when God says, okay, now, trust that. Or if God says, wait a sec, it kind of has this feeling of something just becoming right, like getting, like reflecting, getting a good idea and stepping forward in the right time, and that's just working. Like it almost feels there's a falling into your lap sort of feeling about this, because this hexagram 64 is also known as transformation. It's like when it's like when the caterpillar turns into the butterfly. So whoever you are, you may actually be going through a financial transformation, an unexpected one. It might actually, right, and so we'll just get to the fifth line. I keep getting ahead of myself. Okay, 6 in the 5th place. Both riches and honour come to thee, and thou reignest over all. Oh, so the future's looking good for you. So something is coming to you. Riches and honour are coming to you. Right, and it talks first about the riches of your mind. I think it's like if you get your mind straight, then the riches are just attracted to it magnetically. The riches of your mind consist of faith, confidence, assurance, and wisdom. You are illuminated from on high, and you are radiating love and goodwill to all. God's wealth flows to you freely, joyously, and lovingly. I think that's interesting that they included the word joy here. I think your wealth is connected to your joy. And you are prospered spiritually, mentally, and in all other ways. So that's very positive. Now, the second part of it's a bit more interesting, which is 25, which is the unexpected. And the other name for that is integrity or innocence. Right. So whatever happens, it's not exactly what you were expecting. But if you remain in integrity, all will be well. And they also call that innocence. Talks about spontaneous action, creative solutions, and acting without guile. So it's very, very, it seems like your integrity is a lot to do with what protects you, like your correctness. Having the correct values and the correct headspace and everything is very protective. And spontaneity. And I think that's in the sense of like innocent playfulness, like a child just expects good things to happen. And okay, we're at 20 minutes. It's not really a cookie anymore, is it? Okay, but it says here, you got it with no moving lines. It says, spontaneous creativity in the upper trigram Chen is aroused and amplified by strong movement in the trigram Chen below. When there are no changing lines, the element of the unexpected is amplified. You may rest assured that whatever happens will not be at all what you expected. An accommodating attitude will see you through without error. So you will probably be tested. Like this hexagram, innocence or integrity, number 5, Wu Wang, which is one of my favorite hexagrams. It's got so many sort of nuances in it. Like in the very, very traditional interpretation, it talks about a woman not walking away from her husband, in the sense of it's like when a couple has a marriage, a bit of a fight or something, not just turning away, like not going off in a huff. It's basically what it's like. Don't run off in a huff and turn your back on something that's important or like someone or something that's important to you just because you're mad. Like, it's all about, in this hexagram 25, it's like it's your sincerity that protects you. Like, if you are not sincere, you're not protected. Basically, it's like sincerity is your armor. It's not necessarily that you have to broadcast your intentions or anything like that. It's more just that you don't betray your own values or betray, say, for example, your business partner, your marriage partner, or something like that. And you don't betray your deepest principles is very important, and not to be influenced by the designs around you. So that can be challenging if your partner does actually have different ideas. You've got to find a way not to betray, to stay sincere without walking away in some cases, like not to be moved to do something that's against your principles without turning your back on the situation, which can be quite challenging. But timing and waiting and getting your head right and doing something innocent or spontaneous seems to be a part of finding the correct way through. Now, there's another interpretation of this hexagram 25 too. It's a very complex hexagram. They're both very complex hexagrams. So there's another thing with hexagram 25 which talks in a different interpretation. It talks about the bear or the lion or something sleeping in its dry cave while the storm rages outside. So yeah, so there is definitely something unexpected going to happen, and your integrity protects you, and it enables you to end up in this good sweet spot here with everything working out and the correct principles governing affairs. So yeah, it's possible that you may have to pull back from some thing that's going on all around. You could be in the middle of a storm potentially, and it's all going on around you, and all you can do is just keep quiet and wait out the storm and hold your principles. Like, the most important thing is not to be dishonest. Like, you may not be able to be open and honest, but you can't be dishonest. You just have to sort of contain yourself. Another way of coping with hexagram 25 is you could just spontaneously go somewhere you wouldn't normally go, or spontaneously do an activity you wouldn't normally do. It's like, but you don't try to make that happen. It's more like you open yourself to the impulse, the spontaneous, and it's like a God-given impulse. It's not like an impulse to do something that you know is not good for you. It's like it might be like a creative idea that you have that you follow up on, or unexpected could be something like you unexpectedly bump into someone you just were not, that was the last person you imagined you would bump into, and there's a business connection there or something like that. All right, the cat's at the door, wants to get in. I'm going to have to wrap this up. So can we just get a few more? I'll just get a few cards. So whatever happens, it's not what you're going to expect, but your integrity and tuning into God and getting your head straight and following those God-given inspirations is what protects you. And don't walk away in anger from someone or something that's important. Don't fly off the handle and say something you wouldn't normally say. Like, it's kind of an inherent warning there in that 25. It's like, stick to your principles, even if it's hard, even if there's a lot of pressure from outside to do something that you don't feel right about. Just, even if you have to withdraw completely to hold to your own principles, the only thing that protects you is your innocence. But it protects you in a way that's fantastic. Okay, so I've got the element cards here. What's a helpful element to the person who clicked on this video, dear Sage? Helpful element to consider during this time. We didn't put a time thing on it. Well, you'll just have to guess. Storms, cleansing storms. Isn't that interesting? We're just talking about. Excuse me, it came out upside down. What does it mean if it comes out upside down? You're waiting for the storm? 30, 23. It doesn't have any reversal here. Right, so I guess it's just a storm. Well, that totally goes with hexagram 25. You might have to take shelter from the storm just to hang on to your principles. Your honesty and your integrity is incredibly valued. That's what's going to keep you safe. And tuning into God and following this divine timing. Okay, so there's a storm going on. We can sort of see that already. But so the implication, though, is that it's a cleansing storm. So it works in our favour. Storms also bring a lot of nitrogen too. They nourish the plants with the nitrogen and the water, of course, and it gets all the old branches off the trees. So yeah, I guess storms also throw a bit of debris around too. So there could be a bit of a cleanup, but things are fresher afterwards. Okay, so the storm is for cleansing. So I guess not to be afraid of that. What else is helpful? Richness, marine life. Wow. I'm hearing something mariner. Maybe there's well, I'm getting something about shipping, and I'm also getting something about like ocean tourism or something. I mean, I guess a carnist would look at that and go fishing, but there's hardly any fish left in the sea, and they're all full of plastic, so and radiation and oil, and so I don't know about that. Marine life. So, well, there's something helpful about marine life. Maybe that's to do with the shipping lanes or something. There's a lot of international conflict about. But it actually talks about marine life. I just heard algae. Maybe there's something algae. There's a lot of things that can be made from algae. Algae is actually one of those major solutions. Marine life. That's very interesting, Sage. What else is helpful? Purity and ice. Right, and there's somebody sleeping in their cave to stay away from the snowstorm. It's like a bit of hibernation. Some of you might hibernate just while the storm rages, or so like put your assets in hibernation. There might be a time to hold assets and then release them after the storm passes or something like that, because they're sleeping in a dry cave while the storm and the ice is going on outside. Marine life. I keep hearing dolphin, but I don't know why. Right, so there's definitely a cleansing storm, and you might just have to maybe that's finding somewhere safe to put some assets or your savings, or just like putting them on a hold for a minute while the storm rages around until the storm passes and you can actually see which way to go. Okay, let's get some more cards from the decks, dear Sage. Okay. So animal cards. For the person who clicked on this video, can you please tell them a helpful animal spirit to help them guide their way? Helpful animal spirit. Rabbit, fertility. Your creativity is at its peak. Right, and that goes along with the innocence too. Maybe while you're hiding in your cave while the storm rages, if that's what you're doing. I mean, because you might be also called to spontaneously go out and do something that, you know, the innocence can flip in a way, but one of the images is definitely hiding in the cave while the storm rages. But the other idea is that, you know, a spontaneous creative solution. And so because you waited here at the beginning, you're waiting for God's guidance. So maybe at this point you get the creative solution that enables you to act spontaneously and innocently. Right, so you're very fertile, and so if you don't want to be pregnant, be careful. And your creativity is at a peak. I'm going to leave it there because I'm going to have a coughing fit. All right, I think that's all you need to know for now. Have a good day, collective.